I don't go into church with all this pimping on, understand me? It look good when I'm out here right here on the panel. But when I come to the Lord's house, I take the hat off and I take the boots off. Now I might have the boots on, church. I keep the boots on.
I think I seen the boots one time.
Hey, them boots, them snake skin up in that church. Hey, man, I joined the church with the snake skins on.
Seems like Project got something to say.
Yeah,
what you got
I'm
for
listening
us?
to that.
Church, we back again. We got the pastor back in the building, understand me?
Glad to be back.
Understand me? He glad to be back up here in church, understand me? So we got the pastor, understand me? We got y'all night, church. We about to do a reboot, soft reboot, understand me? You know, we been doing Survival of Simp for like about 5 or 6 episodes, understand me? We introduced the protege, understand me? We shouted out the pastor. He came back. He come back strong in the game. He's the man with the master plan, understand me? I am once again the pimp, aka the presidential intellectual, and we have this nice protege, understand me? Taught everything you know, understand me? We got your PPP plan, understand me? Your
Explain it, please.
It's your personal protection plan, understand me? Get everything you want to need, understand me? Get the extra dip, the extra fresh and creamy, understand me?
Who makes the freshest, creamiest dip?
All up on you, Chips. Church, as long as you got them scoops, as long as you don't fool them candling thins, understand church, it'll be alright, understand me?
Can't mess them thins.
Hey, the thins don't get you up out of there, church. You don't want them right there. You want that fresh and creamy. You might need to stick a celery or something. Or the crunch, you put that celery up in it. That's before we come out with church, but you know it's on the popping, understand?
Y'all know we got a show tonight. He talking.
Hey, Pastor, get in the word. Pastor, hey, don't let it go too long over here.
So, what we've been dealing with, we've been hearing a lot since we came together, folks trying to figure out how to meet and who I know him as when we was in school together, high school. John Tyler playing football. He was
Cujo.
Yeah, Cujo.
Cujo.
Yeah.
Cujo.
Yeah. You took us back. When we talking about that 2001.
We're at the church. We're not at the pep rally, my guy.
Yeah, we started that. You know we originated there, right?
Yeah.
2001, 82 babies.
That song was made just for us, man. That song came out that year. It rained just real good.
Yeah. See, folks don't want to see us have a good time like that. Like the preacher over there, he shouldn't be bobbing his head like that. What's wrong with him?
Let's get hard, Pastor.
We gonna see.
Let's get back in his word,
Let's
Pastor.
do it. So First Corinthians chapter 12. We're gonna look at verse 12. It says, just as a body. This 1 Corinthians chapter 12. Just as a body, though one has many parts, but all its many parts form one body. So it is with Christ. All right, so verse 13 says, for we were all baptized by one Spirit, so as to form one body, whether Jews or Gentiles, slave or free, and we were all given the one Spirit to drink. Even so, the body is not made up of one part, but of many. So, basically, it's one body, it's many parts.
One man, one sound.
So that means there is a Norris, there is the protege, there's the PIMP. Folks don't like the names. Let's deal with the names. Does the name define who you are?
Hey, no, because understand me, it stands for presidential, intellectual, masculine, perceived. And also, Pastor, we got to make sure we let them know what the name of the show is today. It is, what is a Christian? Understand? I meant to say it earlier while I was going hand with that Cujo and that 2001, understand me? Got it off track, understand me, church?
We understand.
But the name of the show is, what is a Christian? Understand me? We just here to understand and get a project a little time to talk. She up here just absorbing. I guess she didn't got in the presence of masculinity. She don't know. She lost for words over here. Pastor, what's wrong with her? Pastor, she all
well, we can ask her. What are your thoughts? What's your view of a Christian?
Oh, now y'all talking to me?
You talking to me?
My bad. This new for me. Y'all picking the protege together. Forgive us.
Now y'all talking to me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, listen, the question you were asking me what I feel about what is a Christian. I'm a Christian.
Okay.
You know, I believe the pastor is definitely a Christian. I believe the pimp is a Christian. And who is anyone else to tell us we're not? Like, who gonna tell me I'm not a Christian? If I want to be a Christian, if I feel and believe in my spirit that I am a Christian, who gonna tell me I'm not?
So I say this. So if you believe that he died, that he rose, with all powers and to save a sinner like 1, 2, and 3, right?
Absolutely.
That's all it takes to be saved, right?
That is what my understanding has been.
That's what your Bible told you. That's what my Bible told.
Absolutely. Is that not what the word gave you, Pimp?
Is there a heart in the house tonight?
Is there a heart in the house tonight?
Stand up.
Yeah. So it is a heart check too. So it's what's in your heart. So a lot of folks profess the faith, but they really don't have it in their heart. So in other words, I think people believe that you can look like a Christian. Can I ask the panel, what does a Christian look like? I'm still trying to figure it out.
Okay.
What
You
does
look like a Christian. I look like a Christian. And the pimp looks like a Christian. What else, Pastor?
Our audience, we got a studio audience here at church. They look like Christians too, understand?
Yeah, our audience does.
They got on baggy pants and jeans and hot pants, understand me?
You can't touch this.
And they look like Christians to me.
So it's everybody.
Understand me? So this is the thing. I heard another pastor break this down. Not to let the great Pastor Collins right here, but another pastor, Gino, he broke it down like, it ain't about what you look like when you come in. So you come as you are, understand me? But you don't stay as you are. Some kind of conviction go come up on you once you get inside them doors, understand me? That's gonna make you change a little wardrobe, change how you think, and get a little soul, you know what I'm saying? Things get popping, big things popping, understand me? Little things stopping, understand me? But the Lord get up on you, you got to move a little different.
Something gonna change.
I don't go into church with all this pimping on, understand me? It look good when I'm out here right here on the panel. But when I come in the Lord's house, I take the hat off and I take the boots off. No, I might have the boots on, church. I keep the boots on.
I think I seen the boots one time.
Hey, them boots, them snakeskin up in that church. Hey, bro, I joined the church with the snakeskins on.
Seems like Project got something to say.
Yeah,
what you got
I'm
for
listening
us?
to that. I put my hand up like
that's that Baptist
way. Okay, so listen. I was baptized into Christianity when I was a child.
Everybody here was.
Absolutely. It's been something that's a part of our culture. It's what our parents instilled in us. We go to church, get baptized. Okay, we did it to our kids. I know I did it to my own. But what is it? Excuse me?
What was that? I wasn't there.
How dare you? Don't.
Brother and sister.
Pimp, not right now. We'll do that later.
I wasn't there. I didn't see it. If I ain't see
You
it,
didn't see it
if I ain't see it, church didn't happen. Them some heathens
you
got over
gonna
there.
tell me
Them some heathens. Hey, them children ain't being baptized.
Me and you got baptized at the same time.
I'm talking about your children, not us.
Oh yeah, my babies have been baptized. They got baptized when they were little babies. When they had actually ordained services.
What pastor baptized?
You was over there in Afghanistan or Aruba or somewhere.
Iraq somewhere.
Yeah.
Trying to save the world.
So we so far out to, you know what? I'm not gonna have this tonight. I'm not gonna deal with this tonight, and I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Okay.
She asked a question. What was the question we asked?
What brings about the change?
Yes.
The pimp said when you come into the church,
Come as you are.
come as you are. So just example for the ones that need a little more content to understand what we're saying.
That dip on your chip, understand?
Okay, you can look at the pastor and see that he is in uniform for Southern Baptist and what is perceived
The perception
of what is the correct way to enter into the house of the Lord. Okay, you can look at the pimp over here and you may be a little, you a little on the fence, and definitely if he walk in with that hat on his head, you gonna be like, wait a minute now,
little bamboozle.
You gonna have to take that hat off. Okay.
Understand me, church?
But
I'm
then
gonna sit in the front row on y'all, church. Understand me?
You finished?
I might not have a hat on.
Are you done?
Are you done?
But I'm gonna be in there working for the Lord. Understand me, church?
Okay. Keep working for the Lord. All right.
You keep going. My bad. My bad, project. I love it, y'all. It's my project. I'm trying to learn it real good. Keep on going though. Understand me, church?
And then there's me,
Understand me, church?
the protege.
Understand me, church?
I walk into the church just as I am now, as the viewing audience. Take a moment and think for yourself. What is your first initial perception? I'm not saying
her shoulders out.
Her shoulders out.
Her earrings too big.
Her earrings too big.
Yeah.
Her pants too shiny. Her nails too bright. So again, the pastor, could you ask that question again? What you asked me a moment ago? What is a what?
a Christian look like?
What does it look like? But we all serve the same God, right?
Yeah. So the scripture said there are many parts, but it's only one body.
Mm-hmm.
And so whoever professes the faith, there are going to be some drug dealers that make it to heaven before people that go to church every Sunday.
Amen.
I just preached about a message that related to the last shall be first and the first shall be last.
Mm-hmm.
So there were some workers that started working in the morning time, and then there was some that came over an hour before work was over, but they all got the same pay. Mm-hmm. And so the ones that got the same pay from earlier as the ones that did it later, they was like, well, man, they just got here. We've been working all day.
Right.
But they agreed to do it. But then they hated on the ones that came in the last hour. But that's the kind of God we serve. It don't matter when we come in. They may say, well, he calling himself a pimp. Is he really a pimp? First of all, he's really not. Second of all, if he was though, God accepts the sinner. There's a conflict, and then one may say, well, what the pastor look like hanging with him, but what I look like not hanging with him.
Understand me, church?
Boy, I almost started clapping in here.
Jesus was
my
around
hands
sinner.
almost
And
met.
we all know what happened with the. Hey, he trying to get in the choir. Okay, he don't want to be the cameraman or something from pew. He trying to get in the choir on Sunday. Okay. We need a brotherhood choir to grow back.
Yes, bro.
So, but what I was getting at is there was an adulterous woman.
Come on.
And when she was in sin, they found out this lady was committing sin. That was like, well, what is she doing committing adultery? And so when she committed adultery, they wanted to put on Front Street the whole little community. They wanted to put on blast. She done got caught in adultery. Well, Jesus came on the scene and was like, well, I tell y'all what. Ye without sin cast the first stone.
God's gonna trouble the water.
And guess what?
God's gonna trouble.
Nothing ever happened. Sister, you getting frustrated?
Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water.
You singing with him too.
God's gonna trouble.
The audience over here snapping and rocking. That's why he's still singing. Honey, hush. Come on, Pastor. Now, I was with you with the lady in the adultery in the community wanted to try to
He has
cast
this moment
out.
every show.
Yes.
Ain't nothing changed. He talking about he was waiting on me to get back. But that's why we needed a break. But anyway, we back to it. So the adulterous woman was on the scene being judged by like people do outside looking in.
Cast the first stone.
And he said, "You without sin cast the first stone." So not even in Bible days did that stone still hadn't been thrown. Why? Because we all have sin. Mm-hmm. So who in any position, whoever, if you go to church one Sunday out of the month, you ain't no better than the one that don't go at all. If you go every Sunday out of the month, you no different. It really don't matter. Matter of fact, it's more folks getting saved outside of the four walls of the church that's getting saved in church right now. Why? Because people done experience so much church hurt, been disappointed by the church. When they needed help, the church didn't. We had the panel that we was gonna help with a bill in the church. We had the panel that we was gonna help the family if they was hungry. We had to have a vote on this. So a lot of folks have been hurt in church. So it's a lot of folk that don't go to church got more Jesus than folk that come to church every Sunday. That's proven. There's gonna be some drug dealers that make it to heaven before people that go to church every Sunday. There's gonna be some winos, prostitutes, pimps, players, hustlers that's gonna make it to heaven before folk that go to church every Sunday. Because you can go to church every Sunday and don't get no closer to God. Because if your heart ain't right, God don't want nothing that you got anyway. If your heart ain't right.
The church ain't got nothing to do with that building. The church is where two or more gather. Understand me, church?
Yeah.
Understand me?
So
we got two or more right here. We having church right now.
Right now.
Understand me, church?
Right now. So I just want to ask the lady that's on the panel, the protege, how difficult is it for a woman in 2022 to feel comfortable in her own skin at church, knowing the judgment is coming? Most things that I hear when I invite women to church, like, well, I don't have nothing to wear. I've heard I don't have no club clothes, or I've heard XYZ. What makes you uncomfortable? Let's say, for instance, there are some singers in the church looking at her. Here she come again. She knows she could have wore something different. What's your thoughts about that?
I don't know, Pastor. That might not be a good one for me because I'm not gonna stand for it. You know.
Do you stop going to church if you hear some negativity about what you're wearing?
Absolutely not.
There's some people that's all it takes.
No.
Once they get the criticism, they're done.
I'm the one to challenge those people. When people come to me with those type of adversities, you can't silence me and you won't make me bow down. You won't change the individual that I am, nor will you change my relationship with God. I come here in favor of the Lord and the temple that is presented in front of me. But I don't need this. This is not a necessity for me to have a relationship with God. Mm-hmm. So before I let someone inside the church dictate how I come, you know, me and Sister Jenkins gonna have to have a talk in the back. You know, I'm not gonna stand for it. I'm gonna have to tell Sister Jenkins, now look, Sister Jenkins, I let you slide last week, but you know, this week, baby girl, you ain't gonna be able to say what you said about me and my kids and our skirts and things and our little flip flops and stuff, cause you know, I didn't want to wear no heels this Sunday, Sister Jenkins. I came as I was. You know, if me and my children had on our vacation Bible school t-shirts and our blue jeans. We came as we were on Sunday. You know.
So are you and your biological brother, were y'all products of going to church?
Absolutely. My mama is the biggest Bible thumper I've ever met. You know, she prays morning, noon, and night. She sends prayers every night. She prays for every person she knows.
So you telling me that you and this guy,
she didn't play that. And she didn't care
if you
church every Sunday.
I was leader of the youth ministry.
I just want you to expand on it, because I know, because you shared your story.
Just because I looked at you like this.
Let me interject. Somebody see you before and they judge you before the story, but the Bible says judge not, right? Or be judged. So
that's their heart, Pastor.
So basically, people can be misled by what you have on before they get to know you.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your thoughts on that? When people see you, they already have in their mind who you are.
They prejudice go put some on you, Pastor. Whether you like it or love it, understand me? It's gonna make you feel something. If you gonna see you like it, you gonna say, hey, I wish I could do that too. Or you gonna like it, you gonna see it and hate it. And you still wish you can do it, understand me, church? But you can't put it on like this presidential. It's just, hey, you ain't a Mufasa, understand me?
But what is wrong with people's perception being that a person can be confident in who they are, a representation of who they are, and still love God?
In the Lord. They believe it was David, when it came down to the matter of him and Goliath, they was trying to put some armor on him when he went to the king. So they asked all the people that was like, Dave, you too little, you too small, you a sheep herder, we don't need you. So they was calling out his brothers. They figured his brothers. They felt like since they were bigger than him, they were the big chiefs in the family, and he was the little peasant that was out there with the sheep. They were like, nah, but guess what? He got tired of hearing this little story about the giant calling everybody out. He's like, let me go down there. So the king said, well, come on in, I need to hear from you. He was all pumped. He was like, I can go down there, man. I can go take care of it. So the king said, I'm going to give you all of my arm. I'm going to give you the best of this, the best of that. He was like, nah, I'm good. I said, I got my slingshot. I'm going down here with my slingshot. Besides, this going to be too heavy for me. So they assumed because of his stature, they assumed because of his job status that he couldn't get the job done. But the person that looked like the least that can fulfill the task at hand went down there with a slingshot, one rock, took the giant out. Mm-hmm. Not only did he do that, cut the head off and was done with it. The smallest person. So in other words, it's people that we overlook because of their size, because of their background, what side of the track they grew up on, or the education they have or don't have, or how long they've been in church or not. And it's going to be a lot of people that's going to surprise you. It's going to surprise you because you assume because of what they look like, right? It's a lot of folks look saved, ain't saved. My dad's been pastoring as long as I've been alive. And I'll never forget when I was a teenager, a man was 70 years old, came down the aisle during the invitation period and was like, what can I do to be saved? He was 70. Mm-hmm. Now what he could have did was probably simped out. Mm-hmm. What I mean by that is worrying about what people would have said because he's got gray hair, he's walking slower, he's 70 years old, and folk, because he's 70, they seen him in church before, they probably assumed that he was saved, but he wasn't. So I think that took some holy boldness for a 70-year-old man that's been in church before. Folk done seen him, they probably assumed that he was saved, but he wasn't. And at 70, he accepted Christ. Mm-hmm. So what's your thoughts about a scenario such as that?
The Lord don't want no cowards. He wants you to stand real tall and long and strong up in your conviction, understand me? He wants you to come up there and say in front of the whole church, this is why I'm here, this is what I'm going to do, and ain't nothing you can do about it, understand me? I'm going to work for the Lord, and you can't stop me. Because God said so, understand me, church? That's what the Lord wants. He wants a bunch of strong service. Let's go balls to the wall for the Lord, understand me? Give everything you got. Push it to the limit.
What's your perception?
Oh man, that's powerful. It's a plea with the audience to know that this is not for play. Like this is a great entity that we have all.
It's almost 2 a.m. church.
Dedicated time, money, and effort to ensure that our message is transparent and that it could be you Anybody can do this. We are 3 different entities in 3 different walks of life, but we all have the same purpose. One God. Like, this is to show the world that even in whatever you're in, whatever your situation, that put God first, and no matter what your lifestyle is, let him lead it, and you gonna be great. It's easy. People make life harder than it has to be. I am a living witness to the fact that you can do whatever you want to do as long as you ask God first. Now you got to do some work. That's what's wrong. Y'all are so busy judging the panel than doing the work. We coming on this panel to show you the real live. Yes. We showing you the real live effects between people who really have the same purpose, serving God. And allowing people to know that, first of all, start with this first. Put God in it. Okay? Let him lead the way. Let him give you the vision, the clarity, and the strength you need to do whatever it is you're trying to do. We all get tired.
Melodies from heaven.
I'm not preaching, sir.
Rain down on me. Rain down.
Nevertheless, we need the audience to know that every episode, we are encouraging and inspiring you to tap into the best version of you. We're not asking you to do anything else. We're not trying to lead you nowhere. We're not trying to fill you up. We're not trying to talk down to you. We're not trying to do any of that. We are trying to ask you to be convinced of being the best version of yourself. Nothing more, nothing less. And the only way to do so is to put God first. Ask him for it and he gonna give it to you. It's nothing, it's that simple. It's real easy. And listening to these 2 gentlemen speak tonight, this man singing, he was the choir tonight and we had the pastor. So
well, I think it all worked well together.
Yeah, I do too.
You spoke very well, Project. We appreciate that perspective. Matter of fact, this topic is so good, we'll have another segment for you. But that concludes this first part of our section of conversation. What is a Christian? We'll be back to you. Like and subscribe. Once again, if you love the Lord, like and subscribe.
Understand me, church?
Y'all have a great day.
Pastor put that conviction on you, understand me?